Well, good morning. Today, it looks like I will have just the recording, so and not actual people in the class or on the recording. And I wanted to lead with a quote that I liked, and the quote is by, let's see, Ransom Riggs. Not sure who that is, but I like these words. And it is, I used to dream about escaping my ordinary life, but my life was never ordinary. I had simply failed to notice how extraordinary it was. Out here in Jackson, we often don't perhaps get caught in that ordinary life syndrome because we can look out the window and see the gorgeous mountains. But it's nice to remind yourself that the fact that we are alive and here on this earth leads us to have extraordinary lives, that every moment is extraordinary, and that we shouldn't forget that in our lives. So yoga is my perfect opportunity to connect with our extraordinary self, that slowing down and looking inside, seeing yourself as you are. How can you not see yourself and all of your beauty in extraordinary moments? To come into a comfortable seat, whatever that seat looks like for you, bring your awareness inside, and let's just take a moment here to arrive in our bodies on our mats. Rooting down through your seat, rising up through the crown of your head, letting your shoulders softly drape down your back. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Notice the inhale and the exhale. See if you can smooth out the edges of your breath so that the beginning and the end of each inhale and exhale are a little more steady, a little more even. Notice the journey of your breath. You let your breath expand you even more broadly, even more deeply, so that you get taller from your seat to your crown, out through your sides, to the right, to the left, in front to back. With every inhale, you get larger. Every exhale, a bigger release. And notice if your mind, your body, and your physical self, emotional self, are a little more calm after bringing our focus inside. And then bring your hands to your heart. We'll begin our practice of a single Om. Take a nice big inhale. Om. Release your hands, open your eyes, and we'll begin with a couple of neck stretches. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Bring your right hand to the top of your head. Extend your left fingertips down and away. Every inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head to the right. Every exhale, reach those left fingertips away. Try not to force anything. Really treat your neck like a fine precision instrument. Creating some space. Now slowly begin to turn your chin more towards your armpit. You can adjust your hand as you need. You have just a different angle of stretch here. And again, try not to force anything. Just be really gentle, letting the breath create the space. So every inhale, you're lengthening the crown of your head. Every exhale, reaching those left fingertips away. Again, keeping this angle in your neck, slowly begin to turn your chin up towards the sky. You can adjust the hand on your head, or you don't have to use it if you don't like. Just for a different angle. Beautiful. And then release your hand. Bring your head upright. Right, second side. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Bring your left hand to the top of your head. Extend your head long towards the left. And then reach that right hand down and away. So you're creating space with this effort of moving in opposite directions, but also breathing into that side of your neck. Really lengthening long here. Beautiful. And then slowly turn your chin so that your chin is facing more like your armpit area. Every inhale, lengthen. Every exhale, bow that chin towards the armpit. It's just a different angle in your neck. And then very slowly begin to turn your chin up towards the sky. You can adjust your hand anywhere that feels supportive for you. You don't have to use your hand at all if you don't like. Beautiful. Then release your hand, bring your head upright. Whew. And then do a nice gentle circle in one direction, all the way around. And a gentle circle in the other direction, all the way around, coming back to center. All right, let's come on to our backs. Stretch your feet to the corners of your mat, and then bring your arms up. So you're making this letter X shape. And reach that left leg and that right arm away from each other. You've got this diagonal line reaching away. Beautiful. Come back to center. Reach that right leg and the left arm away from each other. Beginning that diagonal line. And then again, the left leg, right arm, stretching long. Left arm, right leg, getting bigger and bigger. And then come back to center. Walk your left foot over to your right. Stack that left ankle on top of your right ankle. And then walk your left hand over to the right. You're making what's like a banana-ish shape. So you're really long on that whole left side body. Breathing here. And release your arm back. Walk your left foot back to that left corner. And then walk that right foot over. Stack it over the left ankle. Walk that right arm over. So you're making a banana-like shape in your body. Lengthening through that whole right side. Push that right hip away. So today's class is a little more gentle because, well, I gardened a bit long this weekend and my back is not happy about it. All right, and then undo that. Bend both knees. Place your feet on the floor. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. And just begin a nice gentle circle around that knee. Change direction of your circle. And holding on to your left knee with your left hand, let that knee drop out to the side. I'm giving it a little support. I'm not dropping so far that my right hip comes off the ground. You can straighten your right leg if that feels better for you. Today I'm keeping it bent because of my unhappy back. And bring that knee back to center. Bring your right hand to your left knee. You can let both knees fall out to your right. It's a simple twist. Beautiful, and come back to center. Wrap your hands around your left thigh and then pull it in. You can bend and straighten into that left leg. A few times. Kind of waking up that hamstring. And then eventually end up with a straight leg. You might have to push that leg away from you a bit. And rotate your ankle around in one direction. Rotate that ankle in the other direction. Point and flex. Then bring that left ankle to the right thigh. If this is a big enough stretch for you this morning, you'll stay there. Otherwise, lift your right foot off the floor. Bring your hands in the hole to grab behind your right thigh for eye of the needle. You use your left elbow to push your left thigh away. Then notice your back body. Can you maintain a neutral spine, keeping that arch in your low back? If it feels good to rock from side to side, feel free to rock here. Or if stillness works better for you, that's fine too. Then release your hands, release your foot down, uncross your leg. Hug your right knee into your chest. And then begin to make this nice gentle circle around. Doesn't have to be really big. You're getting all kinds of clicking noises from different joints just by doing this little gentle circle. And change direction of your circle. And let that right leg fall out to the right, opening up. I'm keeping my left hand on my hip just to make sure it doesn't come up. It's got a huge opening. Don't want my left hip coming off the ground. And then bring that right knee back to center. You can switch hands, left hand on right knee, and let both knees fall to your left. Keeping my right shoulder on the floor. Then come back to center. Wrap both hands behind your right leg and bend and extend that right leg up towards the sky. Just kind of waking up the hamstring. Eventually we'll meet with a straight leg. And you can point and flex into your foot. Make circles in one direction and circles in the other direction. And place your right ankle on your left thigh. Reach your hands in the hole, grab behind your left thigh for eye of the needle. Use your right elbow to press your right knee away. Again, if rocking feels good to you, feel free to take that variation. If stillness feels better, you can stay in stillness. Push your left thigh into your hands enough that you create a small arch in your back or a neutral spine. Just breathing into your hips. And release your hands, release your foot down, uncross your legs, hug your knees in, and rock a little from side to side. Then roll to the side and make your way up to all fours. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Let's begin with some cat-cows. Inhaling, dropping your belly, tilting your head and tail up. Exhaling, drawing your belly in, puffing up like a Halloween cat. Inhaling, dropping your belly, tilting your head and tail up. Exhaling, pulling your belly in, puffing up like a Halloween cat. Continue at your breath pace, letting your breath lead the way. Followed by your tail, really articulating through one vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last thing to move. And if you'd like to become a little more organic in your movement, feel free to wag your tail, maybe make some hip circles, whatever feels good to you. No right or wrong here. Just notice how your body is feeling, what it's needing. And then let's meet with a neutral spine. Inhale your right arm out to the right. Thread it under your left arm. You can come to spider fingers on your left hand. If that helps you get your left arm bone in the shoulder socket, inner edge of your left shoulder blade comes closer to your spine. If there's another variation you want to take with your left hand, you can walk it in front of you, behind you, up towards the sky. Doesn't matter, whatever feels good to you, whatever helps you get more into your pose, whatever you find most supportive. One more inhale to lengthen, and to exhale, come on out of your twist. You can do a counter twist the other side if you like. and bring the hand down. Second side, inhale your left arm up, thread it under your right arm, come up to spider fingers with your right hand. Get that right arm going in the shoulder socket. Inner edge of your shoulder blade comes closer to your spine. Every inhale, lengthen. Every exhale, twist. Be nice and long here. One more inhale to lengthen. And exhale, come on out. Do a little counter twist. And then bring your hand down. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, press back, downward facing dog. First dog of the day. You can walk your dog by bending one knee and then the other. You're pressing up and back with your hips. And step your right leg forward into a lunge. Drop your back knee. You're welcome to get some padding for that back knee if you like. I'm going to use a blanket and bring your hands up to your front thigh. Walk your front foot forward a smidgen. Actively draw your right heel back, your left knee forward. So you're really squeezing towards the midline. I feel this muscle engagement here in my hips. Scissoring the legs in, and then slowly dip your hips forward and bring them back. I'm going to get my blocks from my back this morning. Dipping forward and setting them back. You can work your front leg toward straight or not. Just gently opening up our hamstrings and our quads. And we'll meet with a bent front knee. Bring your hands to your front thigh. Lengthen long through your torso. Give this nice long line through that whole left side. Okay. If this feels good, you can stay here or reach your arms up towards the sky. You get really tall here. Keep drawing your navel in, rooting through your tail so that you don't get any crunchiness in that low back. And then release your hands down. Walk your front foot forward as you straighten it. Actively draw that right heel back. Press back with your hips, square those hips, lengthen long through your torso. Beautiful. And then back into your front knee. Walk your hands over to the big toe side of your front foot. I'm going to keep one of my blocks nearby. And we're going to come into a lizard pose. There are lots of variations of lizards. You can have your hands down on a block or on the floor. I like to give my arms a break, so I'm going to bring my forearms to the block. My right toes, you can point them out at an angle. You can come to your pinky toe side, or you can keep that pinky toe side parallel to the long edge of your mat. If you'd like to circle your hips around, kind of stirring your hips, feel free. If stillness better suits you, that's fine too. There are lots of variations to lizard. So create the shape that is most supportive for you this morning, this moment. Keep cutting the outer edge of your right hip back, lengthen long through your torso. Beautiful. Release your hands down. I'm gonna walk my foot back. Keep your left hand where it's at. Bring your right hand to your hip crease. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to your right. You can extend your top arm up. And if you like, you can tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. So either knee down or knee up, doesn't matter. Isometrically drag those shoulder blades onto your back. Press the outer edge of that right hip down as you push down to the ball mound of your right foot. Lengthening long through your torso, drawing your navel in. And then bring your hand down, press it up and back, downward facing dog. Step your left leg forward into a lunge, drop your back knee. Come on up. Oh yeah, this one, I'm gonna get my blocks. And then walk your front foot forward a smidgen. You can begin to bend a little deeper into your front knee. We're getting that nice long line of energy in that back leg. And then press back. So just going back and forth, continue to scissor your legs in towards the midline. You have that support in your low back. Let's meet with a front knee, a bent front knee. Bring your hands to your front thigh. Press down, lift your torso, root your tail, draw your navel in. You're welcome to stay here or reach your arms up towards the sky. Get nice and long through your torso. Make sure there's no crunching in that low back. So keep scissoring those legs together, drawing that right knee forward, left heel back. Beautiful. Bring your hands down. Slowly straighten your front leg. Isometrically drag that left heel back. Roll the outer edge of your left hip down. Lengthen long through your torso. Bend back into your front knee. Walk your left foot out to the left. I'm going to keep one block. You can turn your left toes out at an angle. You can come to the pinky toe edge of your left foot, or you can keep that left pinky toe edge parallel to the long edge of your mat. I like to come down to my forearms, resting on the block, but whatever height suits you, you can keep your hands on the floor. It's a variation of a lizard pose. You want to make some hip circles. Feel free in one direction, the other direction, or not. Stillness is fine too. Keep cutting the outer edge of your left hip back. Lean them long through your torso. Beautiful. You can release your block to the side. Walk your foot back more in towards the midline. Keep your right hand where it's at. Left hand to your hip crease. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to your left. Extend your top arm up if you like. And yogi's choice, you can keep your back knee down or tuck your toes and lift your back knee up. Actively draw your shoulder blades onto your back. Cut the outer edge of your left hip back as you press down to the big toe ball now of your left foot. Draw your navel in. Lengthening long here. And then bring that left hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Move your blanket out of the way if you use one. Come forward into a plank. Drop your knees or keep them up, yogi's choice. Bend at your elbows, come all the way down to the floor. Untuck your toes, press the toes down, press the tops of the feet down. Walk your hands out to the wood for a spider finger cobra. Root your tail, draw your navel in, and lift your heart forward. So think about having a string in the middle of your chest and you're being pulled forward. It doesn't matter how high you get, but how low can you get? And then exhale, come on down, hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up. Step your right leg forward into a lunge. Come on up to a high lunge. You bring your hands to your hips to start. Square your hips to the front of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Get nice and long here. And drop your back heel, cartwheel your arms around, warrior two. Isometrically drag your right heel back towards the arch of your back foot. Rotate your shoulder blades onto your back, lift your heart, gaze over your right fingertips. Flip your right palm up, reverse your warrior. Nice and long on that side body. Our legs stay the same. And then bring your right forearm down to your front thigh, side angle. Be nice and long here. Rotate that right rib cage around so that your torso is parallel to the wall in front of you. Beautiful. Bring both hands down either side of your front foot. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Step your left leg forward into a lunge. Drop your, first come up to a high lunge. You can bring your hands to your hips. Reach your arms up. Squaring those hips, scissoring the legs together. Drop your back heel, bring your arms out into a warrior two. Roll the outer edge of your left hip down, press your right thigh back. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back, gaze over your left fingertips. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Nice and long on the side body. Release your left forearm to your left thigh, top arm up and over, side angle. Keep rotating that left rib cage around. Get nice and long through your side body. See if you can make that energetic connection between the pinky toe edge of your right foot and your right fingertips. And then bring your hands down either side of your front foot and step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reaching to the sky. And exhale, release your hands. Step out wide on your mat. Make sure the pinky toe edge of your feet is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Fold forward. Take a look at your feet. Make sure that you have arches. If you don't, you need to create them by isometrically dragging them towards each other. Roll your thighs in, back, and apart. Another way to say that is stick your butt out. So your thighs are rolling back. And then inhale, come part way up. Turn your toes out slightly. Bend into your right knee. And walk over to your right. Keeping that left leg nice and straight. And then bend into your left. Walk your hands to the left. You're going to go back and forth at whatever pace works for you. If you know Shavasana, or you come down a little lower, you're welcome to take that variation. If you want to work more on core strength, you can go without hands. You can stay up higher. Doesn't matter, whatever feels good to you, whatever's working for you in your body in this moment. You can stay longer on one side or not. All right, and then let's meet in the middle. Inhale, come halfway up. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up. Right, come to stand at the top of your mat or anywhere on your mat. Root down through all four corners of your left leg. Bend into your right knee and lift your leg up. Then reach down to grab your ankle of your right leg. You can place that foot above your knee, below your knee, or a kickstand if that helps you today. So your balancing can change moment by moment, day by day, depending on what's going on in your life. You can have your hands at your heart. Actively press your foot into your leg into your foot. Be nice and long here. If you'd like to sprout branches or anything else you want to do with your arms, feel free, or you can keep them at your heart. Release your hands, release your foot, and let's shake it out. All right, let's move to the second side. Shift your weight into your right foot. Bend your left knee, lift it up, and then walk your hand down to the ankle. And you can bring your left foot, the inside of your right leg, into your tree pose, above your knee, below your knee, or kickstand. Your hands can stay at your heart. Or you can sprout branches. Whatever you want to do with your arms is fine. Actively press your left foot into your right thigh and your right thigh into your left foot. So the foot and leg are pressing into each other as much as the hands are pressing into each other. We're really trying to find our midline here. Beautiful. You can release your hands, release your foot, shake it out, and let's come on back down to the floor. I'm going to sit in what I call the bear seat. Saturday on a hike, I saw a bear, and she was quite beautiful, a cinnamon colored black bear. And let's go ahead and windshield wipe our knees from side to side. So that was an extraordinary moment in an ordinary life. And we are filled with extraordinary moments if we only stop and pay attention. So just kind of noticing our hips here. All right, the next time our knees go to our left, come on up. And you're in this funky Z-like shape of your legs. You're facing your left shin, lengthen long through your torso, and then slowly begin to walk your hands more left until you can't walk them anymore, and you're in your twist. You can rest your forehead down on your hands if you like. Whatever will feel good to you. And push up, walk back to center. Coming back to your big old bear seat. Drop your knees to your right. Come to face your right shin. Lengthen long, and then continue to walk your hands to the right. Rest your head down on your hands. Push yourself up. Walk back around the center. Extend your left leg long. Bring your right foot to the inside of your left leg. So I'm kind of sitting out at a little angle here. Turn to your left. Lengthen long. Think about getting your belly button right over the top of your thigh. You can have your hands behind you to start. They lifting up through your torso, creating that arch in your low back. And then slowly walk your hands either side of your front leg. Maybe you can touch your toes. Again, you're looking down at your leg. Crown of your head is reaching towards your foot. Belly button reaching towards your thigh. Nose to knee. And inhale, come on up. Now turn more towards your left knee. Take your, more towards your right knee. Jeez, I mean, I don't even have people in the room to mess me up and I still get the directions wrong. Turning towards your right, take your left arm, bring it to the inside of your left leg. Right arm goes up towards the sky and over your head. You're anchoring that right hip down, trying to get really long on that right side body, using your left elbow against your left leg as leverage to rotate that rib cage around. And then inhale, come all the way up. Take your right foot, cross it over your left leg. Wrap your left arm around your right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Nice and long in your side body. Keep drawing your navel in so you're hugging your spine. One more inhale to lengthen. Exhale, untwist to your left and then keep twisting to your left. So a little counter twist. And come back to center. We'll switch sides. So extending your right leg long, bringing that left foot to the inside of your right leg. Turn towards your right. So I'm trying to aim my belly button to the top of my thigh, hands behind. You sit up nice and tall, trying to create the arch in your low back. And then bow forward. You can bring your hands in front of you. You can grab your foot if you can reach it. But keep turning your torso so that your belly button is aiming for the top of your thigh, your nose towards your knees, the crown of your head, reaching for your foot. You're welcome to grab a strap as well if your arms are a little too short today, or not. Activate through your right thigh, so you're anchoring your leg down. Beautiful. And then inhale, come on up. Now turn to your left. You can bring your right arm to the inside of your right thigh. Extend your left arm up and reach it over your head. Use the right arm against your right leg to be super active to help press and rotate your right rib cage around. Anchor your left hip down, lengthen long through the whole left side body. And then inhale, come on up. Take your left foot, cross it over your right leg. Wrap your right arm around your left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Be nice and tall here. One more inhale to lengthen. Exhale, begin to twist back to center and keep going over to your right for the counter twist. And then come back to center. So get a block. Lie on your back. Knees bent, feet on the floor. This first one, I'm going to just press up into a bridge. So I want your feet to be hip-width distance apart. Throw your shoulder blades under your back and press yourself up. So not the biggest bridge, more like a ramp. You're really reaching your knees away from you as you pull your heels towards you. Be nice and long. Roll those shoulders under your chest again. The back of your head is pressing against the floor. And then release your hips down. Okay, so you got your block. With this next one, I'm going to go on my lowest height. You can either go on the lowest or maybe the second medium height. But press yourself back up into a ramp-like pose. Bring that block under your sacrum. Let your sacrum rest there fully and nice and flat. And then bring your right knee in and be a little careful of how far you bring it in. You don't want your back to be super archy here. And so you can use your hands or not. And that's about right. So long as your tailbone isn't pressing up towards the sky, but you have a nice flat sacrum on that block. And then slowly begin to straighten your left leg, letting that heel press away from you. Breathe there. Slowly drag your left heel back, placing your left foot on the ground, and release your right foot down. We'll move to the second side. Bring that left knee in. Again, keep that sacrum nice and flat on the block. If you relax your low back down, and then slowly begin to straighten your right leg, pressing your heel away from you. Drag that right heel back, placing the right foot on the floor. Release your left foot down. Lift your hips. Take the block out from underneath you. Bring your arms out into a letter T or cactus arms. Walk your feet as wide as your mat. Then drop your knees from side to side. A little gentle windshield wiper. If there's another twist that you'd really like to take, feel free. You're done with the whole twisty business. You can hug your knees into your chest, maybe rock from side to side. Bring your hands between your knees, grab your pinky toe edge of your foot, your ankle, wherever you can reach for a happy baby. Any variation of the happy baby that works best for you, feel free to take that. And then as you're ready and you feel complete, you can stretch your legs out long, coming into your final pose of Shavasana. Releasing any tension you feel in your body. Staying awake and aware in your mind. It's not a nap. You're awake and aware, present in the moment. And our body is relaxing and letting go of any tension that it might be feeling. Bring your awareness to your extremities, your fingers and toes, your ankles and wrists, perhaps swirling them around, waking them up, maybe extending your arms up overhead as if awakening from a fabulous nap. And then bend your knees, roll over to your side, coming into a fetal position. Little effort as possible. Press yourself up to a comfortable seat, whatever that seat looks like for you. When you arrive in your seat, take a moment to bring your awareness inside. Noticing how your mind, your body, and your heart are feeling after this nurturing practice today. I'll read the quote again. I used to dream about escaping my ordinary life, but my life was never ordinary. I had simply failed to notice how extraordinary it was. So today, as you step off the mat and into the world, may you notice every extraordinary moment, because no one has an ordinary life We are all extraordinary human beings living extraordinary lives. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your efforts and thank yourself. Namaste.